Hey everyone, how are you? So, I was talking with somebody today and I realized that many of you may need a quick tutorial on something called a foldable. Very middle school kind of stuff, but really good for grade 9 and 10 or any class that doesn't like to take notes and has very low memorization skills. Okay, so short term memory is, they're not strong on that. So a foldable is a way to organize all the information in a unit, uh, and you're using bullet points rather than longhand, like a traditional notebook note. So this is one that I did with my um, careers class many years ago, and it was just in the first week. So construction paper, and then open it up, and the instructions were to have a picture of yourself as a child, and then we went through a bunch of how do you learn kinds of things, what were your modes, and then a picture of your family and this other activity that we did. This one also has a secret compartment. So you're this way, and then you unfold it, and ta-da! So now these were all pictures of things that interest you. So there's other kinds of things like a hamburger fold, where you fold it into four like this. You glue this part down, and then it opens up to put other notes. So this might be something that has four aspects to it. So I don't know, a country that you're studying, and then when you open it up, you would have landforms, and you would have population and things like that. But it would all be point form. Another one is called a hot dog fold. So now you're taking it long way like this, and you would glue one side of it onto one of the folds. That looks lovely, doesn't it, Karen? And then you're gluing this side down so that you can open this. And for this kind of thing, it would be you would cut them, the facing part, into different, like 3 or 4 kind of areas. So perhaps you're talking about character development in a novel. And so this could be character 1, character 2, and then this would be, at the beginning of the story, at the end of the story. And then this would be this whole thing ends up being their unit note. Okay, so you're bringing it out every day, every second day, and doing short notes that trigger their memory of what they've done and the facts that you need them to know for your final assessment. Um, I always let all my students have this on their desk when they do any kind of written test. Uh, I just find, absolutely necessary for some students, and really helpful for others. Kids who do well with or without this, and kids that have either have test stress, or like test anxiety, or poor memorization skills, or it was just a week where their house was weird and they just didn't get everything done. They didn't have time to study. Then this is there for them to jog their memory. Okay, and then when they have a question during a test, you can just say, "Oh yeah, just look right here. The answer's right there," and you can just point it out, and then they can find the answer from there. Okay, I'm also going to try and find a couple of links to either a Pinterest or a YouTube that does other types of foldables. Specifically, I'll try and find some math and science ones. Okay, hope this is helpful. Bye bye.